Hey, it's Seth, lead preparedness consultant here at 4 Patriots. Let me introduce you to our 2500X. Now, as soon as this shows up at your house, the first thing we're going to want to do is pull it out of that box and turn it on. Now, when we're looking at the front of our unit, you're going to see a big number appear right here in the center. Now, right now, this unit's at 100%, but most likely when yours shows up, it might be a little bit less. So what we're gonna wanna do is reach around to the back side. We're gonna wanna pull the cable off, plug it in the wall, and we wanna top this off right to 100%. Now, the reason for this is because we want to make sure that in the event the power goes out, that you have this unit fully charged to 100% capacity so it'll do for you exactly what you need it to do. Now, it's important to remember that on the front of this unit, everything on the left-hand side as you're looking on it is your power in. So if you'll notice here, you've got that port in which you plug that power cable in, all right, again, going into your wall, your 110, and then above that, we have a red and black plug, which is your Anderson power pole adapter. Now, that is the same type of plug you're going to automatically find on that solar panel that you received. So this would be for solar panel, this would be for plugging into the wall. But again, all power in on the left-hand side. Now, when we're back on the screen and we're looking at all the different icons on the screen, that is going to show power out. If we're looking at our 110, we've got 4 of those across the front. Right, when we turn that on, you're going to see that that button illuminate blue. Now, it's important to remember that these ports need to be turned on for them to be active, which means if I was to plug something in where this button was not illuminated, then it's not going to run or charge anything off of that outlet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn that on. Now, when I do, there will be an icon, as you can see, that illuminated on the screen. This is another way other than that ring to show that that port is hot. Now, below those 4 110, we have 2 USB and 2 USB-C ports. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on with the button in the center. If you're not familiar with USB-C, you will be soon, because that's what we use for most electronics, whether it be your phone or your tablets. But we've got 2 on one side, 2 regular USB on the other, and you will see that there was a icon that illuminated on the screen as well to let you know that those were hot. Okay, now again, when looking at the right-hand side, we've got 2 other ports over here. Now, you'll notice that the one on top, right, this is another Anderson power pole adapter port. It's very similar to the one on the other side. However, it's shaped slightly different because this is, again, a port that you can plug into. Below that, you're going to see a standard female cigarette lighter adapter, right? Again, this is not used to charge the port. This is used so you can run something. So that means, again, everything on the left-hand side, power in, all across the front, and on the right-hand side is going to be power out. Now, back up to the main screen, we've got 2 more buttons here. Now, the bottom button, this is a check mark. If I was to press this button multiple times, it's not going to do anything while the unit is on. This is because it is used for clearing errors. In the event that you had too much being pulled from the unit or too much coming in, you would get an error. In order to clear that, we would just press that check mark and restart. Right now, above that though, we've got another button that switches screens. Now, I use this more than anything. What this is going to do is give you a more detailed breakdown of what your unit is doing. So it's going to show you all the individual ports at the bottom and show you exactly what the watt draw is. In other words, if I plug something into that port, it's going to show me what it's pulling. This is especially important in developing a proper preparedness plan and understanding what you're going to use in the event emergency strikes and how long it'll run for you, and if the unit will be able to run it. First thing we want to talk about is the charge controller. Now, not all charge controllers are created equal, right? Now, this charge controller, it not only does it control what's going in and what's going out, but it has pass-through capability. This means that I can have my unit plugged into the wall, charging or already full, and I can have my fridge plugged into it or a set of lights. And in the event the power goes out, it's going to switch from that power coming in from the wall and switch over to battery capacity. Next thing we're going to talk about is the inverter. Now, again, this is the 2500X. That denotes back to the inverter. What that is telling us is that this unit will be able to produce up to 2,500 watts of continuous output, right? Continuous power. This means that if you have multiple items, such as a CPAP that typically runs 100 watts, or a space heater that runs 1500 or a 500 watt hot plate, which is my favorite because that enables me to cook all my long-term food storage inside when it's raining and also keep the neighbors from smelling it. I have no problem running that. Now, there are a lot of different types of lithium batteries out there. This one is a lithium ion battery. It's important to mention that because we wanted to find a battery that we could, number one, compress as much electricity into it as possible to give you longer run times, but also we wanted the safest and coolest battery available because with all the concerns about batteries out there, we wanted to make sure that in the event emergency struck, well, there wasn't the risk of you having a second one. So we went with the safest battery we could find, again, with the longest run times. Now, let me break that down for you. This battery is a 1,612 watt hour battery. What this means is if we go back to that CPAP that we were talking about that pulls about 100 watts, if we were to plug that in, it's going to run that CPAP for approximately 16 hours plus. Now, on top of the 1,612 watt hour capacity that my Patriot Power Generator 2500X already contains, I have the ability to expand it by adding up to 4 1,344 watt hour expansion packs, strictly by taking the connecting cable and plugging one in on one of the corners and then to the front of our expansion pack. Now, each one of these again is 1,344 watt hours. If I take all 4 and connect, we're gonna come in at just under 7,000 watt hours. Now, to give you an idea of what that looks like, on my current Patriot Power Generator 2500X at the 1,612 watt hours, I'm currently able to run my refrigerator for a full 24 hours without having to plug it in the wall or to recharge off of solar. But the best part is that even if I wasn't using just this and the expansion packs to be able to power my fridge or my freezer, I also have the ability to cycle these out. And now I've got a mobile solution, a full-blown portable solution that I can move throughout my house. Whether I need an expansion pack in my bathroom to run lights, or if I need one in my kitchen to run small items, I can now move these all throughout the house without having to run extension cords everywhere. Now take the information from this video, visit us at 4patriots.com and secure your peace of mind with our Patriot Power Generator 2500X. I'll see you in the next video.